Trinity with the Velocity Gaming Network, and today I'm going to be doing a quick review video and a bit of a tutorial on our open-ended Minecraft server that we've been working on for about a month now. We've installed a bunch of plugins to give the game a little bit more meaning than the base vanilla game, and think that it would be a fun experience to get some more people on here than what we have, because really it's just me and Ghost chasing each other around with muskets. It's kind of pathetic. The first thing worth reviewing about the server, the biggest difference, is that the server does not actually run on an official rules list, and as long as you're not running around aimlessly blowing up people's structures for absolutely no reason and just picking on people, which would be considered griefing, then there's really no way that you can get banned from the server. What we have set up instead are a number of different places that host their own rules and means to enforce such rules. Like, say for instance, if you're inside of this territory's border and break a law that they've clearly have posted, you gotta read the book, I'm sure no one's going to, then they then have the right to use the arrest plugin. I usually have to have someone there. And what that'll do is it'll make it to where the person can no longer move or break blocks or get away from the arresting players. And what that'll do is make it possible for the police to actually throw people inside of a jail for an allotted amount of time. Now obviously this is going to have to be monitored by either me or Ghost or whoever else is adminning the server, because you can't just have people joining and then being locked inside of a box the entire time. There'll be ways to balance it. But that's really the biggest difference, the way we're going to actually enforce our rules. Another noteworthy change would be the fact that this is an extreme survival Minecraft server. So aside from the PvP aspect of the entire game, we have all mobs aside from zombies disabled, and on top of that, all of the zombies are cranked up all the way in an extra hard setting. So actually trying to fight the zombies with your bare hands is going to get you completely annihilated. So really the biggest thing when you first get into the game is find a place to hide during the nighttime and then move during the day. Eventually when you start getting other weapons and things together and getting a good base and a party system put together, then you can actually start going out at nighttime and trying to survive that way. Speaking of a party system, we have the MCMMO plugin installed, which actually allows you to create a party, which I don't actually have right now. And functions that boasts are the ability to talk just to the people inside of your party, the ability to teleport to people that are inside of your party, the ability to trade items over a long distance with people in your party, and the ability to give some of your experience to other players inside of your party. These functions are unlocked the more you play inside of your party, and the more you gain ranks in your skill tree. Your skill tree, any player can look at as soon as they get in, is the MCMMO's biggest function. Now what this does is it allows you to gain levels as you play the game, just doing basic things like unarmed, archery, swords, woodcutting, acrobatics, excavation. I don't exactly know what excavation is yet. Alchemy, axes, fishing, goes on herbalism, mining, repair, smelting, taming, and you might actually want to look this up on the wiki to find out what exactly each and every one of these have for you as you gain levels. But pretty much what it allows you to do is, as you gain levels, you get faster or you get more powerful, depending on whatever skill you're working on. And the after you get so many levels open for the skill branch you're working on, then you'll start to get perks from it, like the unarmed ability. If you get it up high enough, you will be able to actually physically disarm another person, or have a chance of disarming another person when you hit them, so that they're forced to drop their weapon. You can then pick up their weapon, and depending on what your skill level with that weapon is, you can quickly dispatch another player without them even knowing what hit them, and you don't even have to have anything on you going into the fight. It's good for self-defense and other things like that. There's some archery perks that allow you to either just have infinite arrows or hit someone and knock them back a couple feet It makes it a lot better, makes combat a lot better, and gives experienced players a bit of a reward for playing longer. This is all administered and completely taken care of and monitored by the admins. So it's a pretty fair system, set up at least. Another thing that the server has installed on it is the plugin that makes you not only eat, because obviously that's part of the base game, but you have to drink and you have to sleep. If you don't sleep for so many days, depending on the level that you're at, I think all people under level 10 are ignored by the plugin. But after a while, if you don't sleep, then after the first day you'll get a warning message telling you that you need to sleep, and your health will start deteriorating, and it'll get harder and harder to work, and you'll exhaust faster, and eventually it'll end up killing you. So it makes it to where it gives everybody another reason to want to stay inside at nighttime. If you don't drink, I believe the first punishment for that is blindness, and then eventually it'll just chip away your health, just like eating. Pretty basic plugin, pretty basic system, and it'll make it to where you're gonna have to pay more attention to what you're doing. If you're walking around in a desert like this, obviously I'm not affected by it because I'm in creative mode. But if you're walking around in a desert like this, I'm pretty sure you dehydrate 5 times as fast as if you're somewhere else. Let me see here. Game mode 0. Maybe just give it a few seconds. We'll just watch your thirst deteriorate from 100 closer towards 0. I don't exactly know what rate. What was that? There it goes. 96. Yeah, you lose 4 every time. So then all you have to do to rehydrate is either drink a potion, water, or just jump into the water or replenish it. And if it starts raining, your thirst doesn't get regenerated, but it stops moving down. So that's a bit of a perk there. Another perk that is going to really test your survival is the diseases plugin. Yeah. And what this does is makes you susceptible, obviously, to diseases around the world. If you spend too much time with animals, you can get pox, or get bit by a wolf, you can get rabies. If you walk around in a swamp, you can get yellow fever. If you get too cold, you can get pneumonia. If you get too hot, you usually burst into fire, which is kind of fun to watch when you're not the one on fire. You can check your temperature by \temp, and your ambient temperature is going to be the heat around you, and that'll eventually affect your body temperature. And if you get too cold, you can get pneumonia. Like I said, if you get too hot, heat stroke, you can just eventually just explode. Which, like I said, it's kind of funny. And for everyone who's not exploding. There are certain medical facilities placed around this this empire here. You can actually go find. What the hell is that? Oh, yeah, that's right. You can go. It's my own server, and I don't even know what the hell that is. You can actually find medical facilities and buy things like cures or vaccines, just in case you know you're going to be in a swamp area. Then you might want to make sure you take a yellow fever vaccine. If you actually get hit with a sword, you'll have an open wound, and if you have an open wound, then you're going to be more susceptible to diseases around you. If you do get a disease and cure it, I'm pretty sure you get 15% immunity towards it, so the more and more you get the disease, the more immunity you get after you cure it. But after you get hit with a disease, all of your immunity does go down for all of them by a certain percentage. But I'm pretty sure in the end, as long as you're keeping it up, then you can eventually become 100% immune to all diseases. But I'm not exactly sure if that resets on death or not. You can actually extract someone's blood with a syringe, which is craftable, and if they have a disease, you can use that to make splash potions and actually use it as a biological weapon, which is kind of sick if you ask me, but you know, I didn't write the plugin. I guess while I'm here, I'll go over the economy system. This is another server city build, and as you can see, it says down in the bottom left-hand corner, gives you a welcome message. That means that that's protected. Monsters aren't going to spawn here. You can't actually kill people in server cities, things like that. Pretty nice. Our money is emerald. Like most servers, I know we're not very fun, but this is what we use to trade with each other and with the server itself. Server shops or shops you can open. 1 emerald actually has a pretty heavy weight, so the money isn't exactly something you want to throw around. So you can't like charge someone like 400 emerald for a horse. It's actually what I was charging people for a while, but you know, whatever. The economy, I hope eventually will start to shift, and because our prices here at the server are actually a bit steep, I wanted that to promote interactions between other players and trading between players themselves, so that it sparks a little bit more, you know, interplayer communication. But you can get things here. This is one of the medical facilities I was talking about. They look just like that. Little jail yard. Here I have a wood shop, or you can get lumber. The door's open. I think goes for that. Pretty sure. Open it up here, and down here it will say the buy, because this is a buy box. There's also sell boxes where you can sell things, but I don't have one set up right yet. These dark oak planks, you get a half stack per purchase, and it costs 3 emerald. So we can do a check our emerald and / money. There it goes. Current balance is 1218, and that's how you know how much you have exactly. Like, I can throw this down, and I'll say I have 1217. You know. Now what I do is I make room in my inventory. It says dark oak planks. I right click on it. It takes 3 emerald from me. It gives me the half stack, 32. And the biggest thing about this, it's not going to show that my money actually went away because this is my shop, so my money just gets sent right back to me, which is how player shops are going to work, but we have tested it does actually work with emerald. So put this back in here. Yeah. Other players can't open these up. That's another part of the breach and protect. But you have to watch and make sure you guard your own shops when you make them as a player. So this is where you can get these. Just go to a shop and check out the chest. Over here is another shop I have set up. Fletcher's arrows. And this is where you can buy special arrows. I have a plugin installed that allows you to have special arrows with special effects, just aside from the vanilla arrows, which are right here. You can get torch arrows. They all have different prices too. And what these do is, if you shoot the ground, wherever you hit the ground at, it'll spawn a torch, so it can light up an area away from you. Or if people are chasing you and you need to divert attention to another area of the map, you can just fire a torch arrow in another direction, and then they'll just see the torch lit up over there. And hopefully it'll work as a good diversion. There's piercing arrows, which are like FMJ rounds for assault rifles or things like that. They do more damage against people wearing armor. Crippling arrows make it hard for people to move and slow them down. These arrows are obviously really heavily priced because it's annoying as all hell. Water arrow spawns a water block, and what that is good for, if you see an enemy coming at you from a distance, you can fire a water arrow, and it'll say if you're near a mountain, it'll swoosh them. Swoosh, yeah, that's my word for it. It'll wash them off the side of the mountain, and I believe the water blocks stay around for 5 seconds, so you can't really grieve or DOS the server with water blocks. Not that dumb. We have razor arrows, which are pretty much the opposite of FMJ. They do less damage to armored. I think it's less damage. I don't know, but I know it does more damage to people who don't have armor on. So it does more damage to flesh. I think it counts with the zombies too. People actually can't craft these arrows. You have to be an administrator like me, and I don't want people to just go craft a crap ton of, of these arrows over here that are really annoying. Like the net arrow, you hit someone with it and it'll cover them in nets or cobwebs, and then it makes it harder for them to move. You have the poison arrow, and I actually upped these and made them powerful, so that's why they cost 10 for 15 of them. Price is probably going to go up here pretty soon, but the poison arrows, what they do is they inflict poison on someone for an entire 120 ticks, which is actually quite a long time. So these are pretty deadly if you can actually make a hit with them, which is also used in combination with like a net arrow or a cripple arrow or something like that. It would just be ridiculous and costly, but annoying. None of these arrows work with the bow of infinity either, so they're consumed no matter what bow you're using. We have the blinding arrow, which this one I'm pretty sure for an entire 100 ticks blinds the target, which is also annoying with a lot of these. That's why it costs 20 emerald per one issue. One issue is 15 arrows. And the fire arrow, which just explodes and lights everything on fire, which is just great. Not really. We actually have fire spread disabled on the server because for some reason off over that way there was a friggin' forest. It was just literally on fire for no reason. It was bogging the server down, so I had to disable it. Okay, what else do I have to explain? Alright, yeah. When you get on here and decide to make your own housing. Oh, let's TP somewhere else. This is just annoying. Go back to Pearl City. And once you get on here and you want to start building land, you're not allowed to actually build on the server's land unless you pay a tax to the server, because, well, you can't just build here and expect to not get taxed, because then everyone would just build inside of our walls and this would be a big issue. Big shit fest. So you actually have to pay taxes here, or you can go elsewhere. If you do go elsewhere, you no longer have the protection of the standing military that works as also the police inside of this area. So if you get rushed or burned or murdered for no reason, then we can't exactly help you. You're setting up, hide your place, build it to where people are going to be able to find you. If there's people that just keep tracking you down and killing you for no reason, then you can report that to one of us, and we'll find the person and give them a warning, and eventually, either give them yellow fever, or just kick them off from the server completely. Depending on the mood I'm in. So yeah, that's up to yourself to defend. Other things you can rent are the shop here in Pearl City, and I have to remove this entire command block system. It was complete garbage. So yeah, you can have your things for sale in there, like 2 or 3 chests, and then people can come in and buy your things instead of other people's things, and it'll be in the middle of Pearl City, so that more people are going to be more apt to come and buy your things other than other people. That's a good way to make money, especially when you first start. You just start farming, or you start making money, things like that. Then you can start selling your things, create sale blocks or buy blocks. That'll be pretty cool. Another big thing we have going off of player versus player and economy is a plugin called Crackshot. What Crackshot does is it adds guns to the game. Now note this: we don't have any client mods installed, so they are plugins. So it does it does make decent noises. It makes sense. We have to use in-game items as weapons because you can't just there's not just an assault rifle texture that comes with a vanilla game. So they do look pretty horrible, but they're all balanced. These can actually be crafted as well. It's just a pain in the neck to get configured. Weapons we use are also lore friendly because this is obviously supposed to be not a very modern game. So we have muskets. Alright, I think we do. Yeah, there it goes. Really, I changed it to a stick. I mean, it looks better than the horse armor it was. Yeah, no. You fire out the 1 round, and it takes forever to reload because it's a freaking musket. So, not very good against zombies. Will murder a person in 1 shot if they don't have armor on. So these are kind of, very effective against people. Like I said, zombies aren't exactly going to die very quickly. You can aim in with right click, not very far, because there's no scope on it because it's a musket. And I think I'm going to lower the damage a little bit because you can seriously deal 50 damage if you get a headshot on someone, which I guess does make sense. But I think even if they have armor on, they'll just go right through it, so I'll have to balance that myself. These are the muskets, right? What these do is they consume iron ingots per shot. So just because you see 1 shot in the barrel doesn't mean there's 1 shot in the barrel. It depends on how many iron ingots you have. So if you watch here, the 36, aim and you fire. Oh, it didn't take that one. Which one did it take? Oh, it's this one right here, isn't it? Okay, hang on. It's gonna work this time. 35, really? No, it doesn't. What is it taking? Huh. No, it's not taking gold, is it? Oh, wait, no, there it goes. Now it's taking it. Okay. It was glitched for a second. Has issues with creative mode. Whatever. You can also obviously have your things over here in your inventory, and it'll fire those off as well. For some reason, this isn't consuming ammo. It'll be taken care of by the time the server goes back up. So these obviously take forever to reload, and they have a pretty decent range on them, but they're not very good against zombies because they may not be a 1-shot kill, and they take forever to reload. And also other players can hear them pretty well. So, what? Does it say 31? Look, I don't know. I don't. So other weapons you can get is what's called a rotating rifle, and it's like a musket. It has the same damage as a musket, but it has rotating rifle. Yeah, I spell it wrong. Rifle. That's weird. Revolving rifle. Okay, that's my issue. Revolving rifle. Okay. These aren't going to have anything to start. These are also going to take same rounds as muskets, iron ingots. Take just as long to reload, but you get one barrel. Takes as long to reload as a musket. So reloading the entire weapon will take 6 times as long as a musket, but it has the same damage and a higher rate of fire, so that if you carry multiple on you at a time, then you can load up and do a little bit more damage against zombies, but I would still not recommend using this against a zombie, because, well, you know, they suck. So let's just wait until you get a full reload here. There we go. Aim and it's a bit faster. And all 6 of those, and anybody should kill them anyways. So it's a rotating rifle. And the last one, wait, no, we do have a longbow, which is another one. This consumes arrows instead because it's a bow. Just aim. It actually does fire the special arrows as well, which is pretty cool. Load it like a sniper rifle. It doesn't have very good zoom, but it has extremely good range and more damage. Very quick reload as well, so definitely going to want to use one of those if you can get your hands on one. They are a bit more expensive and for sale. Some of the guns that aren't for sale are the Gatling gun. I know you were on there. Oh, wait. UUAD. The Gatling gun. And these guns are not for sale to people. Well, I mean, if you get your hands on one, that's perfectly fine, because obviously there's no rules. But we're not going to actually be selling them on here because, well, it's ridiculously overpowered. Actually, see how it stopped firing? These fire gold ingots. I just ate up all my ingots. So, there you go. Ingot. So if I take 64 of them, put them here, eats them away. If you just fire standing up, push you back, but if you crouch, very accurate. Those actually have a stun on them too, so if you do hit someone, it'll make them slow down. So it really just tears people apart. It's actually used for defending a wall of a city. So if someone were to come like down this road, then you just sit here and you pick them off, which is what those are built for. It's pretty nice, pretty convenient. Now leading back to the economy portion of this, you can actually buy the guns here in Pearl City. It's flintlock gunsmith. Open it up. You have iron ammunition, 10 rounds for 5 emerald. It fires in the standard like the muskets and the revolving rifles, whatever, like that. Arrows, you can just buy basic arrows here, obviously, for the longbow. Gold ammunition as well. For 10 rounds, it costs 15 emerald. Pretty cool. Other things to fire gold rounds are, I think there's a jug knob on here, which is completely unloader friendly, but I mean, there'll be more. There's other guns I didn't go over as well. Grenades, you just buy these, take your thing, and grenades actually are grief friendly, so they're not going to blow a hole in anything. Use them against people hiding inside of rooms. Actually, there's flashbangs too, but I can't sell those yet. I gotta find another place to sell them. You get a longbow for 20 emerald, which I already showed you. You can get a musket, and I don't think I have revolving rifles for sale yet. I'm gonna sell them at other places. Cities, obviously. We have a library. Oh, it's not the library, it's a condemned house. Never mind. Library. We have literature, things to explain some things in the server. Quests and whatnot, because you can find actual quests that'll lead you to, like, say, zombies with some special armor on that'll be hard to kill, but if you get a hold of it, it'll make it pretty powerful. Way to get up above other people on the server. Then if you're one of these flags here, the LE are just the marker for our territory here. You You can actually put your own flags up if you'd like. You can get special flag banners, customize and buy them from the server themselves. You just have to actually get a hold of an administrator for that because we can't set up coding that'll do it by itself. I want to say that's it, but no, I'm not for sure. Well, no, right off you can unplug in based. You can buy a house from the city. This belongs to someone who already lives here. His door is locked, actually. You can use that by putting a sign up. It says private or lock on it. I think it's what we use now. And right. So that'll make it to where people can't get into your house or your chests if they're private. It's pretty nice. We have a boxing ring over here. People can come and place bets. Oh, this is an MMA cage. This is a open it up. This is the boxing ring. Pretty cool. PvP fights. Use your MCMMO stats to get up on the other players. This is just a public farm. It's not planted right now. It's a cow chilling. Right. Oh, I don't know. This is probably pretty noteworthy, isn't it? You can actually get things. This is actually an admin place. You can send messages to admins. This is a mailbox. Yeah, I know. We will actually have these for sale, but you need to write them on parchments or stationery. You right-click it. You have to put subject, colon, and then whatever subject for that. And then you type in from, and then put your username, and then whatever message you want to put. Nah, let's actually send something. I'm so mature. Then you hit sign, and you put down the name of the person you want to send it to. Sign and close. You have the letter. Right-click on the box, and depending on whether or not this plugin wants to work, send it to the person. But obviously, right now, it's not working. Let me put a mailbox down. Maybe that'll help. I forgot how to make a mailbox. Shit. Alright, so that's how you make a mailbox. And this should be working by the time anyone else gets on the server. But, of course, it's not going to work for the purpose of this video. Kind of buggy. Problem is, it turns it back into a book after it's already stationary. So, we need wool. We need iron ingot. Some bullets. We need chest. So now you take the wool there, chest down there, and then iron ingots. Get a mailbox recipe. Like that. You don't need that anymore. Make this. Right click. Use one of these. You can left click to change the color. Now a red one. There. Do that, and it's not going to send it still. But that's how you make a mailbox. You can actually take stationery and turn it into a package as well. I wonder if it's because I'm in creative mode. Okay, mode survival. And we're gonna make a new one maybe. Oh, can't be space. Alright, sign it. Ghost. Did it work? Yep, there it goes. Letter sent to Ghost. Alright, it's because I was in the creative mode. So now when Ghost gets back online, he's going to see at the bottom, it's going to say mail. He's going to have to go to any of his mailboxes and open it up. Yeah, there we go. And he'll get your message. This is a good way for you guys to send messages to other players who live in other cities, or send messages to players who are offline, or send messages to admins and report issues, because there's a lot of the times, and you know, we also have lives too, so we'd also appreciate you, you know, giving us a little bit of leniency there. Should not be online at all times. And this server is opened up without Tungle or Hamachi. You can use it anytime, all over the world. We've had Romanians, Venezuelans, some Mexicans, some Germans, some Spanish people, Spaniards, and they all more or less don't really have an issue with connection. Pretty much everyone has full connection. Everything's port forwarded, everything's set up well. So, we're not going to be online all at the same time. And what we're going to do here is, let me see, I did this. Unlocked, no title, no author. What the fuck is that? Hang in. Mail new. Okay. I guess it really just doesn't want me to be in creative mode. Alright. Try it again. I wonder. So I'm going to put stationaries, more things you can actually write mail on. I'm going to put them out here up front. And then anyone can just come to any of these buildings with orange glass on them and orange and white flags, and I get more to send to people. You guys are welcome to craft your own mailboxes if you want to. I ask you guys don't have too many open because, I don't want the thing to lag out. I don't really have that much RAM, and I don't want too much information flowing through at one time. Because I'm sure it drops everything in every one of your mailboxes. I'm not exactly sure how it works itself. So, there's a lot of things to it. So, that's how you use the mail. It gives it a little bit more realism. Let me see. Game mode 1. Another pretty cool thing I like about the server. It's really simple, but I like it. Chair. Sign. It's totally close to a chair. Shut up. Pull these down. I'm gonna put sign on each side. Close to it. Right click, and you actually sit in the chair. I know I look like a hoe, but I can't exactly close my legs. Sorry. That's how I am. So yeah, you actually sit in chairs. I'm pretty sure you can have just gotta crouch, sneak to get out of it. I'm pretty sure you can even have 3 of them, and just one player can sit on each. So yeah, make chairs that actually work. That's nice. I don't know why that makes me so happy. I just like the chairs. Okay, another thing I think I'll put on here. Can't spawn spiders. Shit. Zombies. So I can spawn on here. Well, won't work. Oh well. Bitch. That is... Yeah, I'm sure there's more to it. There's a lot to the server. We've been working on it for a pretty long time, so there's a lot of things you can do. Don't forget to watch where you're at, watch your sickness levels, get to a doctor if you need to. Now remember, this is PvP, attack and kill people if you want to attack and kill people, really, it just spurs more activity for the server, makes it more fun. One thing I didn't go over, I remember. You can actually take a chest, note how my money says it is 1218. I take this chest, I crouch and put a sign on the front of it. In square brackets I type Vault, and it'll fill in and it'll say Vault Trinity. I right click on it, I wait, and drop my emerald. So my money went from 1218 to 1217. I take it, and I put it in this chest. This is Vault. It should be back up to 1218. Now I can also send this money anywhere. That's actually what this big green building is for. It has, I'm not going to go through it, but it has a big underground vault, and inside the vault I have these vaults set up so that people can put their money inside of these, and it makes it so that you can send money using this. You can use Money Pay, use that to send it to people. You can use Money Withdraw. You can pull emerald out of your savings account, and it'll actually come from whatever vault. Well, this one's not going to come from this vault because I have more in savings. But yeah. So this makes money more readable, so you can actually store your money and hide it so that you don't have to carry all your emerald around with you. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you have to have the physical emerald on you to use in shops themselves, so we do recommend that you keep some, withdraw it because you need it. Don't carry around all of it, because if someone kills you and takes all of your emerald, then it's not really anything we can do about it. It's a PvP server. They can raid your base, and if your vaults aren't hidden well, they can just kick the vault open and take all your money, and then you'll check your balance one day and you'll have nothing because you didn't hide your vault well enough. Like I said, nothing we can do about that. You can't lock up your vaults. That wouldn't really be fair. You can lock your houses. I already showed you how to do that, more or less. I guess I can just do a quick tutorial on that, I guess. Why not? You can, yeah. So, get this here. Better door. Right. Top, we just square bracket, lock. Ah! Done. And I can obviously open it. I guess this is a pretty dumb way to show it, but fuck. It'll let people in. You know what works is just hit lock and put my name under it. If you just do it over here and just type in lock, hit done. There's a question mark because there's nothing near you. If you want, you can put one of these. You got a drop, you can type in lock, but you can't have a locked vault. So I should just kept that door there. It's annoying people. Fuck. So really that should be it. If you guys have any questions, like I said, use the mailing system. Send a mail or send a piece of mail into us. We should get back to you pretty quickly. That's what these are for, mailboxes. If you do actually want to buy one of these, I'm pretty sure it's like 500 emerald to actually have a house that belongs to you next to Pearl City, which also comes with all of its benefits. I mean, we have a standing group of players that are set out to protect people. Obviously, no one's just going to run a raid on your house if you're right next to our city, because that'll be like in the heart of our territory, and we have a bunch of military bases. Pretty sure there's one off to the north of this city that helps defend the city. So that's what they will be good for. If you buy a house here, then you'll just be able to do that. I mean, obviously you can't just have a horse chained up outside, but it all has its perks. You can come on here, like I said, yourself and build your own little clan in your own place and still come into our cities and buy things or set up your own shops elsewhere. Everything what the money's worth is going to be all up to everybody else. Just, this is all a little much to explain to people as soon as they get into the game. It is also worth mentioning that there is a server spawn that's smack dab in the middle of nowhere. We call it the Borderlands. Anything outside of our walls, Borderlands, if people build there. And once they get big enough to be considered their own faction or empire, they're not considered Borderlands anymore. They're considered their own sovereign place to defend themselves, make their own rules and whatever. Otherwise, you make a Borderlands clan or just build things out where people can't find you. And run raids on other people, be a bandit, assassin, killer, thief, whatever you want to do. And so if you actually want to find us here, I'm pretty sure that the spawn is this way. It's off to the south of us, so if you turn north and head north, you should eventually run into something out here, and then you can use that. But the admins we can't give you teleports anymore because that's just unfair. We're also trying to get it set up to where if you kill another player, you get a certain amount of emerald, or if you die, you lose a certain amount of emerald, like from a disease, or you can do jobs to actually help work in a mine or get a prison mine working. There's a lot of things I'm trying to get to work, and there's a lot of random conflictions, so there could be some errors. What? I just cleared my inventory. Not know you could do that. Awesome. But see, no. All my money is whatever I didn't have on me is still in my bank account. It's pretty cool. Alright, that's pretty much everything important to talk about. Spawn in, you get your basic little book, and you get a sword and whatnot when you spawn in. I'm going to put up a little server shop. You get 15 emerald as you get into the game. Otherwise, you're going to find a way to make it yourself. You can mine it if you want to. That's perfectly legal. And, that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna, wherever I post this video at, I'm gonna try to get the server IP and port onto the video itself. If you're watching this from a different source and didn't get it off our gaming page, we run from Velocity Gaming Network, like I said, so try to find us on Facebook. I'll also try to have a link to that. so that you can follow updates if we move the port address. I can't tell you how many people we've lost from the port, from not having from people not knowing what new address is because there's no way to get a hold of them because we've used Tungle a lot in Hamachi lobbies. So it'd be a good idea to either follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, or whatever, friend me on Facebook so that we can let you know when these things happen. Just try to tell us if there's any issues with any compatibility problems. This is a game just like any other, and it does take some adjusting to get right. So we hope to see you on here. Like I said, this is Trinity with Velocity Gaming, and I'll see you guys around.